Okay, so let's go over the entree type questions now. So, Kayla researched the price of a limited edition crystal figurine that she has. When she bought the crystal figurine, it was worth $350. Okay, the value of the crystal increased by 3.5% each year after it was purchased. So the first thing they're asking us to do is to write a function that determines the value, c of x, of the crystal figurine after t years of purchase. So some things I can take from this is that c of x is the value of the crystal figurine, whenever that is. It's the value that it costs. And t, so it says after t years. So t is going to represent our time, and that's the amount of years. Okay. Now let's look back at this question. In the question, I noticed that the crystal figurine is $350 and it's increasing by a percent. Since it's increasing by a percentage, we know we're dealing with an exponential function. So it's increasing by a percentage of 3.5%. And we know that since it's increasing, we're looking at exponential growth. And something to remember for this is the exponential growth function is represented as the function of x is equal to a times 1 plus r to the x power. Now, before we go into what all these are, we should recall a few things. A represents our initial value. R represents our rate as a decimal. And x, sometimes it could be t as well, but x represents time. Okay, so now let's see if we can use this information to write a function. So let's see if we can figure out what is our a value, what is our r value, and what is our x value. So a, our initial value, would be the price when Kayla bought the crystal figurine. So she bought it at $350. Our rate is 3.5%. Now I'm going to circle this right here. Remember, 3.5%. Now, when we write our rate, we don't want it in percent form. We want it as a decimal, or in the proper decimal form. So in order to figure that out, we take our percentage, and this is how you turn any percent into a decimal. You take your percentage and we divide it by that magic number for percents known as 100. So 3.5 divided by 100 gives us 0.035. So our rate is 0.035. And our x, which is our time, they didn't give us a time, but they told us that t, they told us it's t years. That means t, I'll do this in a different color, t represents our time. So now we want to use this information to just write a function. We're not doing anything else, just writing a function. So the value c of x, so you know what, before I do anything else, let me rewrite our exponential growth function. So the function of x is equal to a times 1 plus r to the x power. The function of x is equal to a, so we know our a value now. Our a value is, it's right over here, So A is 350 times 1 plus, okay, now our R value, and our R value is as a decimal, which I'll put right here. This is our R value, 0.035. Close that parentheses, and to the x power, but we're not using x to represent time, we're using t. So to the t power. There you go, you have the function. But I do notice that I'm able to simplify what's inside the parentheses. So let's simplify that right now. So the function of x is equal to 350 times 1. So all I'm doing right now is adding what's inside the parentheses. If this for some reason confuses you, it's okay to use a calculator. But remember, we're just adding our whole number with this decimal number. So 1, if you prefer to use the calculator, 1 plus 0.035 equals 1.035 to the t power. Now that right there is the function that represents the growth, the growth of the crystal after t amount of years. Okay, now we want to answer part 2 of this. Assuming Kayla wants to sell the crystal after 12 years, what will be the value of the crystal figurine? So we want to use our same function that we just created. The function of x is equal to 350 times 1.035 to the t power. There we go. Now, they're asking us to find out the price after 12 years. What we want to do here is we want to plug in the amount of years. So t represents the amount of years. They want to find out 12 years, so t is equal to 12. So now we just evaluate the function, but plug in t for 12. So the function of x is equal to 350 times 1.035 to the 12th power. Plug in that t, it's now 12, and now we evaluate. So 1.035 to the 12th power. Remember, we're following PEMDAS. So even though we see 350 times 1.035, we have to remember that we do parentheses, then exponents. So there's nothing we could do inside the parentheses, but exponents is the next thing. So we do 1.035 to the, remember, to do exponent on a calculator, use this button right over here. It's the little caret key to the 12th power. That gives us this long number. So we're going to write some of this in. So the function of x is equal to 350 times 1.511068. I'll write just that amount for now. And now we multiply. So you take this value, you multiply it with 350, and we get the function of x is equal to 528.874. We can round that to approximately 528.87. So now the question is, what does this value mean? This, and we're going to type an explanation. They're going to write in an explanation. The price of the crystal will cost, or will be valued at, $528.87, or approximately $520.87.